Isn't the best way to help the Palestinians to cut off funding to Israel?
Well, I think the best way to help the Palestinians right now, ceasefire, end the war, find a way to help the Palestinians have their own state or states, make it possible for people to survive, stop sending money over to kill more people, and we're in a place right now. I just want to go back to what I said. We keep on all these wars are on a credit card.
Yeah.
And not only that, but Jimmy, a moment ago you talked about Russia and China. So do we really have the capacity to be in a war with Russia, a war with China, a war in the Middle East? Is somebody thinking about how does this serve the maintenance of our United States of America? Again, we're losing our way. We should be paying attention to our concerns here at home, which ought to be housing and healthcare and wages and
then we should cut off funding to Israel, right?
Can't taper off a Ponzi scheme, Russell.
Yeah, I mean, look, stop the war, period. And and not just Israel, but we need to look at all foreign military aid across the board. We need to start to pull back these 800 bases that we have around the world, which are running up the deficit. I think it was Michael Hudson who wrote about back in 1972. He looked at Vietnam and he said that much of the trade deficit at that time was attributable to the Vietnam War. So when you think about the consequences, the bottom line is who's going to pay for this? And the American people who are back home worried about if they can afford their mortgage, if they can afford their rent, because right now it's increasingly difficult for people to be able to buy homes. The median cost, I think it was David Stockman recently reported that in the last decade, the median cost for a house has gone up in terms of people's budget has gone up from 21 to 41% of a family budget. I mean, how are people going to survive? This whole idea of empire, of world hegemony, is lunacy. It is a fantasy that we have to disabuse ourselves of and start focusing on what the needs are of the American people first and foremost.